Good morning, students. In yesterday class, we studied about molecular biology. In that, there are two important nucleic acids. Those are DNA and RNA. In these two nucleic acids, the DNA is the most putative genetic material compared with the RNA based on structural differences. Okay, in yesterday class, we studied about the nucleotides. So here nucleotides means there is a nitrogen base, there is a pentose sugar, there is a phosphate. Nitrogen base, pentose sugar, phosphate, simply we are called as nucleotide. So either DNA or RNA, it is a long polymer of nucleotides. In the case of DNA, for example, in the case of DNA, it is a long polymer of deoxyribonucleotides. Okay, number of nucleotides are joined and form a long polymer like this. Number of nucleotides are joined like this. Okay, then we'll get a double helix model in the case of DNA. In this, there is a nucleoside, the term nucleoside. Okay, in the nucleotide we find phosphoric acid, nitrogen bases, pentose sugar. There is another term that is the nucleoside. Nucleoside means nitrogen base plus pentose sugar, they are called as nucleoside. Okay, nucleotides are the building blocks of nucleic acids. Then another term is the nucleoside. How can we define this? Nitrogen base plus pentose sugar we are called as nucleoside. So in our previous class we discussed about the pentose sugar. These pentose sugars also two types. There is a ribose sugar, deoxyribose sugar. So ribose sugar we can find in the structure of RNA, deoxyribose sugar which is present in DNA. So there is a variation in deoxyribose and ribose sugar. In the ribose sugar, suppose this is the pentose sugar. In this pentose sugar, at the second position of the carbon, in the case of RNA there is an hydroxyl group. This is the most reactive group. But in the case of DNA, there is a removal of oxygen. That's why there is a deoxyribose. Okay, deoxyribose in the case of DNA. In the case of RNA, there is a hydroxyl group at the second position. So this OH group is the most reactive group. That's why the RNA is less stable compared with the DNA. Now, other thing is the nitrogen bases. Okay, let's our discussion start with the nitrogen bases. So these nitrogen bases are purines and pyrimidines. Purines and pyrimidines. So already we know about these purines and pyrimidines. Yes, you see, adenine, guanine are the purines. Thymine, cytosine, uracil are the pyrimidines. Okay, adenine, guanine are the purines. Thymine, cytosine, uracil are the pyrimidines. So when we go for the structure of this nomenclature and chemical formula and structure, just you see, adenine, guanine are the purines. That means it is a 9-membered ring compound. Okay, these two are adenine, guanine are the 9-membered ring compounds. So in this 9-membered ring, actually it is an heterocyclic ring compounds with C and N. Heterocyclic ring compound with C and N. That means it is a 9-membered ring. It is an heterocyclic ring or bicyclic ring compound. In these two rings, one is the pyrimidine ring, other one is the imidazole ring. Imidazole ring. Okay, pyrimidine ring and imidazole ring. So these two rings are joined at 4 and 5 positions. At the 4th and 5th position, these two rings are joined. Okay, now whenever you observe the structure of this purine, first position, third position, seventh position, ninth position, there is a nitrogen. And just keep in your mind. Okay, if it is in purine, there is an CN. 1, 3, 7, 9 positions we find nitrogen. 1, 3, 7, 9 position we find nitrogen. Okay, so in this 9-membered ring compound, so whenever we give a nomenclature or chemical formula of this, so in this 9-membered ring compound, 6-aminopurine, 6-aminopurine, always just you remember the head position will be changed. Okay, 6-aminopurine is the adenine. Okay, adenine is chemically just we call as 6-aminopurine. 6-aminopurine. Then you go for guanine. Okay, just the head position will be changed. That means 6-oxy, 2-amino, 6-oxy-2-aminopurine. In the case of guanine, just 6-oxy-2-aminopurine. Okay, this is a chemically adenine and guanine. Okay, adenine we are called as 6-aminopurine. Guanine we are called as 6-oxy-2-aminopurine. Okay, this is the structure of adenine and guanine. Then pyrimidines. The word is big, the structure is small. Just like that, you remember. Okay, thymine, cytosine, uracil are the pyrimidines. Okay, thymine, cytosine, uracil. Okay, in the case of these pyrimidines, just you see, only monocyclic ring compounds. These pyrimidines are the monocyclic ring compounds. 6-membered ring compounds. 6-membered ring compounds. Okay, in this, at first position, third position, we find nitrogen. At the first position and third position, we find nitrogen. Okay, first and third position. So now, structurally, just you see, these are the structures of pyrimidines. 2,4-dioxypyrimidine, 2,4-dioxypyrimidine, 2,4-dioxy-5-methylpyrimidine. In these two structures, just a small difference, there is a methyl group. Okay, that means 2,4-dioxypyrimidine is the uracil. Uracil is the 2,4-dioxypyrimidine. Okay, in the case of thymine, just you see only small change, 2,4-dioxy, same, 2,4-dioxy, 5-methyl, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5-methylpyrimidine, 2,4-dioxy, 5-methylpyrimidine is the thymine. Okay, this is the uracil, this is the thymine. Okay, remaining last one is the cytosine. The head position will be changed. 2-oxy-4-aminopyrimidine. 2-oxy-4-aminopyrimidine. Yes, you see. 2-oxy-4-aminopyrimidine. Okay, that is the cytosine. Okay, structurally, first uracil. This is 2,4-dioxypyrimidine. Thymine, 2,4-dioxy-5-methylpyrimidine. Cytosine, 2-oxy-4-aminopyrimidine. So in this, in the case of DNA, in the case of RNA, what type of purines and pyrimidines are present? In the case of DNA, just you see, there is an adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine. Adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine. In the case of RNA, adenine, guanine, instead of thymine, there is an uracil in RNA. Only small change. Instead of uracil, instead of thymine, in RNA, there is an uracil. Okay, by this also the structure is less stable, or the RNA is less stable compared with the DNA. There is an second position in the pentose sugar hydroxyl group. That's why most reactive group less stable. Structurally also there is a small difference in between nitrogen bases. So for this also the RNA is a less stable. Okay, that means it go for fast mutations. Okay. So adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine are the nitrogen bases which are present in DNA. Adenine, guanine, uracil, cytosine is present in RNA. That means the common nitrogen bases in both DNA and RNA, adenine, guanine, cytosine are the common nitrogen bases in both DNA and RNA. Okay, so now you see nucleosides, nitrogen base pentose sugar is the nucleoside. So in this nitrogen bases, there is a bond formation, just to clearly observe, in the case of purines, in the case of pyrimidines. Okay, now we take pyrimidine for our convenience, just you see. So this is the pyrimidine. So in this, there is an NH. So this is also HOH. In the case of nucleoside, just you observe nitrogen base pentose sugar. This is the pentose sugar, this is the nitrogen base. First carbon of the pentose sugar, first carbon of the pentose sugar, and first carbon of the nitrogen base, that is the pyrimidine. Okay, first carbon of the pyrimidine. In between these two, there is a bond formation by the elimination of water. Yes, you see OH, H, H2O. There is an elimination of H2O. Just eliminate. Now the bond is CNC glycosidic bond. CNC glycosidic bond. Okay, once again just you clearly observe, in between the pentose sugar and nitrogen base there is a bond formation. That bond is the glycosidic bond. In the case of pyrimidine, first carbon of the pentose sugar, first carbon of the pyrimidine form a or make a bond, that is the CNC glycosidic bond. In the case of purines, just you observe, okay, first carbon of the pentose sugar, ninth carbon or the ninth position of the purine make a bond, that is CNC glycosidic bond. Okay, keep it in mind. So if it is in pyrimidine, that is CNC glycosidic bond, both make a glycosidic bond, but the carbon number will be changed. First carbon in the case of pyrimidine, first carbon, ninth carbon in case of purines, that is CNC glycosidic bond. Okay, now these two combinedly we are called as nucleoside. Nitrogen base pentose sugar phosphate. You see nitrogen base pentose sugar phosphate. These three combinedly called as nucleotide. Okay, nucleotide, nitrogen base, pentose sugar, phosphate, nucleotide. Now, in between the pentose sugar and phosphate also there is a bond formation. Now you see clearly. So this is the pentose sugar. 4 of the 5 carbon atoms only form a ring with oxygen. 5th carbon is free. Okay, 5th carbon is located to outside of the ring. Now you see, this is the phosphoric acid. This is the 5th carbon of pentose sugar. 5th carbon of the pentose sugar and phosphorus make a bond. So here also just you eliminate the water, H2O. Okay, now there is an bond formation. That bond is the phosphoester bond. Okay, this bond, phosphoester bond. Okay, this phosphoester bond on either side of the pentose sugar, just you see, in between pentose sugar and phosphate, that is the phosphoester. In between pentose sugar and nitrogen base, that is CNC glycosidic bond. So this is the nucleotide. Number of nucleotides are joined in a manner, in a sequential manner. Just you see, number of nucleotides are joined like this. So in this, in the case of two nucleotides, just to make a bond. So this is one pentose, this is a second pentose sugar. In the case of these two, we form a bond. So again you see, so this is the third position, this is the fifth position. Okay, third position, fifth position. So in this also there is a formation of bond in between these two. There is a bond formation, the elimination of water. So here also we eliminate. Okay, so this is phosphoester, this is phosphoester. That means in 3' to 5' direction, in 3' to 5' direction, there is an phosphodiester bond. Okay, in 3' to 5' direction, there is an phosphodiester bond. Just you see. Okay, this is one bond, this is another bond. Okay, phosphodiester bond will be formed in between the two nucleotides. In the case of dinucleotide, how many phosphodiester bond? Just you see N-1, you use N-1 principle. In the case of dinucleotide, dinucleotide means in the case of N, just you see 2. Then -1. That means one phosphodiester bond will be formed in the case of dinucleotide. Okay, this is one nucleotide, this is another nucleotide. So nitrogen base pentose sugar phosphate, nitrogen base pentose sugar phosphate. So like that, number of nucleotides are joined in this way and form a double helix model structure in the case of DNA. That means it is a long polymer of deoxyribonucleotides in the case of DNA. Okay, if in the case of RNA, ribose nucleotides. Okay, just you see. So this is the double helix model of DNA simply. Okay, so actually this is a helical manner. For our convenience, just you see this is a picture. So in this, there are nitrogen bases. Okay, these are the nitrogen bases. Okay, now phosphate sugar. Okay, this is a phosphate sugar. Okay, again phosphate sugar, phosphate sugar, phosphate sugar, phosphate sugar. Okay. So nitrogen bases make a bond in the DNA. Okay, in the case of DNA, just you see, this is a DNA 2 strands. Okay, the 2 strands are arranged in a helical manner like this, twisted ladder. But for our convenience, we make a picture like this only. So there is a nitrogen base adenine, thymine. Okay, guanine, cytosine. That means always one purine make a bond with pyrimidine. Okay, adenine is the purine. Okay, thymine is the pyrimidine. Adenine and thymine make a bond, that is the double hydrogen bond. Okay, one purine always make a bond with one pyrimidine. Adenine pairs with the thymine with the 2 hydrogen bonds. Just you see, adenine. Okay, it is an heterocyclic ring. Pyrimidine, single ring compound or monocyclic ring compound. Adenine, purine, thymine, pyrimidine. Adenine make a bond with thymine with 2 hydrogen bonds. Okay, again you see this nitrogen base form a bond with the pentose sugar, that is the CNC glycosidic bond. Again pentose sugar make a bond with phosphorus bond. In between the two nucleotides, the bond is the phosphate diester bond. Okay, like this, adenine thymine make a bond with two hydrogen bonds. Guanine and cytosine also make a bond. Guanine and cytosine make a bond with triple hydrogen bond. Okay, guanine and cytosine, just you see. Okay, adenine, in between adenine and thymine there is a double hydrogen bond. There is a triple hydrogen bond in between guanine and cytosine. So the two strands are joined like this. These nitrogen bases are projected inside. Okay, so these nitrogen bases are arranged in step by step manner. They're like over a stalk. Okay, just like this. In these two strands, in between these, the nitrogen bases are arranged with a hydrogen bond. Okay, if these two strands are arranged like this, sugar phosphate, sugar phosphate, sugar phosphate, that means in the DNA strand, this sugar phosphate make a backbone to the DNA. Okay, this sugar and phosphate act as a backbone to the DNA. Okay, in the case of DNA, we'll discuss. Okay, this sugar phosphate make a backbone and the nitrogen bases are projected inside. So when you observe the two strands, these two strands are always in anti-parallel manner. The two strands are arranged in anti-parallel manner. That means one strand is in the direction of 5' to 3'. Other strand is in the direction of 3' to 5'. Okay, so the two strands in the case of DNA are arranged in anti-parallel manner. One strand is in the direction of 5' to 3'. Other strand in the direction of 3' to 5'. So what is the meaning of 5', 3'? Just you see, these are the two nucleotides in one strand. Okay, in this strand, at the 5th carbon position there is a free phosphate moiety. At the 5th carbon position there is a free phosphate moiety. That's why we mentioned as 5'. On other side there is a free hydroxyl group at 3rd carbon. That's why it is mentioned as 3'. Okay, there is a free phosphate moiety at 5th carbon. There is a free hydroxyl group at 3rd carbon. That's why we mentioned in one strand that is 5' to 3'. In another strand it will be reverse. That is 3rd and 5th, 3' to 5'. Okay, by these two strands, by making a bond, there is a double helix model structure of the DNA in all the living things. Okay, how many types of bonds you make actually, just you observe. There is an CNC glycosidic bond. There is an hydrogen bond. There is an phosphodiester bond. Okay, in the case of only this is the phosphodiester. In the case of dinucleotide, there is an phosphodiester bond. Okay, glycosidic bond, hydrogen bond, phosphodiester bonds are seen in the case of DNA. So these three bonds are involved in the structural formation of the DNA. Okay, so this is about the DNA strand structure. So now we have to know the properties of this genetic material actually. Okay, so this DNA first of all discovered Watson, Crick. So the structure of the DNA, the length of the DNA, the diameter of the DNA, types of nucleotide in the case of RNA. So nucleoside nitrogen base pentose sugar. In the case of RNA, adenine plus pentose sugar are called as adenosine. Guanine plus pentose sugar, guanosine. Cytosine plus pentose sugar, cytidine. Uracil plus pentose sugar, uridine. Okay, this is the nucleoside, adenosine, guanosine, cytidine, uridine. If it is a nucleotide, nitrogen base plus pentose sugar, phosphate. Okay, adenosine, phosphate, only one phosphate will be added. That's why it is an adenosine monophosphate. We are also called as adenylate acid. Then guanosine plus phosphate, that is guanosine monophosphate, just we call as guanylate acid. Cytosine phosphate, then cytosine monophosphate, that is called as cytidylic acid. Uridine plus phosphate, uridine monophosphate, that is uridylic acid. Okay, in the case of RNA, the types of nucleoside and nucleotide. Now, in the case of DNA, just you see in the case of DNA, okay, just you add deoxy. Okay, just you add deoxy. So, adenine plus pentose sugar. In the case of RNA, that is ribose sugar. But in the case of DNA, that is deoxyribose sugar. Okay, that's why here adenine plus pentose sugar, that is deoxyribose sugar. That's why we mention deoxyadenosine. Next to deoxyguanosine. Okay, deoxyguanosine. Deoxycytidine. Okay, deoxythymidine. Actually, in case of DNA, there is no uracil, thymine. Okay, so that's why in the case of DNA, thymine plus pentose sugar, that is thymidine. So deoxythymidine. Okay, because of the pentose sugar is a deoxyribose sugar. So nucleoside types deoxyadenosine, deoxyguanosine, deoxycytidine, deoxythymidine. Again, in nucleotides also you see nitrogen base, pentose sugar, phosphate. So then deoxy, you add deoxy, deoxyadenosine monophosphate, deoxyadenosine monophosphate, that means deoxyadenylic acid. Okay, just you add deoxy. Okay, then deoxyguanosine monophosphate or deoxyguanylic acid. Deoxycytosine monophosphate, deoxycytidylic acid. Deoxy, again here also thymidine. Okay, thymidine, deoxythymidine monophosphate or deoxythymidylic acid. Deoxythymidylic acids. Okay, so this is the condition in the case of DNA and RNA, different types of nucleoside and nucleotide. So these nucleotides will be involved in the structural formation of DNA. So that structure we will discuss in our next class.